So welcome back everybody to First Feudal, and we are on a new update 15.3, and I decided to do a review on this update because there's a lot of new stuff, a lot of new features, and I think it's a pretty good update. So we're gonna go ahead and load up a save game that I've been playing. So let's start off with the first added feature, and it's the secondary profession. So now peasants have two professions, their primary and their secondary. So now you can set their primary as a weaponsmith or artisan, which I will do for this guy. And second profession could be anything. I will think we'll set this guy for a miner. The next added feature is the ability to name your peasants. So now you can name your peasants whatever you want. So I can name this guy. So now his name is Artisan John. So now if I go over to him, his name will be Artisan John. And if I ever want to change his job temporarily, I can just change to something else, and I can remember what he was because I changed his name to Artisan John. So now I know what his original job was. So if I ever needed to change him temporarily to, like, say a builder, I already know he was an artisan. So that's a good feature to have. I always wanted that in this game. If you watched my original review, that's one thing I wanted, and they added it in, so it's pretty cool. So the next update is the notification update. You see up here is two new icons up here. These are your messages. This scroll right here is your messages, and these are notifications. This is where you'll see when you have your upgrade points, your food stats per day. For example, how many food spoiled and how much food you have left per day. So now that we're being attacked, you can see the little notification now. I can click on this icon, it'll take me directly to the enemies. This one shows you your food and different stats like that, and this one shows you minor messages like when your stats increase or something like that happens. So again, very good system here. So this system is much better than before. Before it was just a bunch of messages scrolling by, which was very inefficient. But anyways, this system is much better. So now I can just click on the messages or the notifications, and it'll take me directly to the menu that I need to see. So that's a great feature to have. So they added a new workbench. It's a slaughterhouse. It allows you to slaughter animals that are domesticated. That workbench it makes things much easier for keeping animals, because before you would have to have the hunter hunt them in the farm, and that will lead to a lot of collateral damage, killing some other animals you don't want to kill. So having a dedicated workbench for that is makes things much easier to work with. So they also updated the farming menu. There's a lot more options here for farmers, woodcutters. It also caps the amount of logs your peasants will loot from cutting down trees. So you can also limit pumpkins you're producing and things like that. So another cool update. So the next feature is one I've actually wanted, but I forgot to say in my initial review. It is the ability to type in whatever amount of items you want. For example, before you would just be limited to this slider, and the maximum was 1,000. So now that you can type it in, it's uncapped. So I can type 4,000. The guy was peasant will craft 4,000 of those items, or up until we have 4,000 in storage. So they also added some more information to the wiki or the encyclopedia built into the game, just to help out those new players that are coming in, things like that. So that's pretty good. So yeah, overall this update has been great. A lot of new features, a lot of new things that I think a lot of people wanted in the community of this game. So it's a great update. And let's talk about more things I want to see in the future. Honestly, there's not a lot more that I can ask for, really. This game is pretty good already. But one thing I do want to see is AI pathing. To see that, to be able to see that visually, to see where they're heading, what they're gonna do. Like, if, for example, this peasant was going to go cut a tree, I would like to see which tree he's going to cut and his pathing, to see where he's heading and all that stuff. It's not something that's really needed. It's more just to keep better track of your peasants and see what they're doing and things like that. So that would be cool to have. Also, a minor update to the dual professions. From what I've seen, the peasants will prioritize their primary job as long as they have something to do. As soon as they don't have something to do, they'll go to their secondary profession, which is fine. But they'll stay at their secondary profession until they're done with that job. For example, this guy is an artisan. If I were to send him to a woodcutter as a secondary job, he'll do his primary job until he's finished completely. Then he'll go to his wood cutting job, and he'll do that job until he's done completely. And to cut down one tree, it takes a while, so he'll stay at that job until he's done cutting down that tree. Then he'll come back to his artisan job. I would like to see peasants prioritize their primary profession at all times, no matter what. For example, so this guy was artisan first, then a woodcutter second. If his primary job required his attendance, I would like to see him drop everything he's doing in his secondary profession to go to his first profession to do that, and then come back to what he was doing in his secondary profession. I think that way it'll be a better system, because from what I've seen, they'll do their primary job until they're completely done. Then they'll go to the secondary job and do that job until they're completely done again. It's a little bit inefficient right now, but it's still a good update. Just a minor update that I would like to see personally. But yeah, that was the feedback I have on that one. And lastly, I know I said this like multiple times in multiple videos, and it's kind of like beating a dead horse at this point, but I still want to see a permanent fix for the FPS, because honestly, that's the only thing I see holding back this game. So this save game is pretty large, and you can't see the FPS counter, but I'm on 4 times speed, and it's at 60, around 60 on average. If I go to 3 times speed, I think it's, or 2 times speed, it's still at 60 FPS. And this game is, the speed of the game is basically tied with the FPS. So if I'm going at 60 FPS, the game is not going any faster. Since 2 times and 3 times both are at 60 FPS, there's no speed difference in the game. Maybe if you had a faster or better computer, you'll see a lot more difference here, because you can get higher frame rates. But since I'm not on a good computer, I don't see much of a difference. So that's basically F3 and F4 are basically the same speed for me, 60 FPS, since the game speed is tied with the FPS. I still do want to see a permanent fix for the FPS issue, because besides that, this is a solid game. Honestly, like, it's one of my favorite games to play still. Still, it's something I want to see in the future of this game, a permanent fix for that. But we'll see what the developers will do, because like I said in my initial review, it will require a full rewrite of the game according to the developers. Yeah, so with that being said, that would be the end of this review for the first Feudal 0.15.3 update. Honestly, overall, it's been a great update. A lot of new features, a lot more gameplay possibilities. Honestly, this will be a great time to reboot my older series. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.